Hello guys, how are we doing? Unfortunately, the clips you have just witnessed are a few of many I've managed to capture on my journey through Crimson in Season 4 of MW3 Ranked Play. Every other game seems to be filled with top 250s, wall-in, aimbotting, and yeah, it's not great. Obviously, I'm in EU servers, crossplay on, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle, and we move on. The gameplay we've got here is a sub-based hardpoint game. Pretty close gameplay. It's actually quite a good one because we end up coming across a couple of guys who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, or at least they follow the YouTube channel somewhat. Because they were like, oh, is this ours? And I was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So it was a good little match. And weirdly, another thing I wanted to touch upon a little bit is I've got a Platinum player on my team, which is a little bit bizarre. I'm playing against Crimsons and Diamonds, considering I'm also in Crimson. So I just find it weird that we've somehow matched up with a Platinum player, considering that they should even be, you can't even party with Crimson as a Plat player. But anyway, we're basically going to be going through in today's video what I'm going on in my mind, because it's a pretty decent gameplay. I've gone a few streaks here. I read spawns pretty well, and it's an example of how to solo queue on this map using an AI. It's a nice way you can hopefully pick up a few things I'm doing here to improve your gameplay and improve your chances of winning, to say the least. So we move to P2 here on sub base. I like this little spot here to watch the window from. You're covered from the side door on the right, so as long as your teammates are competent enough to pick up the right-hand side, you can pretty much catch anyone coming up through the window. So I'm just playing my time here, playing real safe. I'm aware that someone's just chowed through the window. As a result, I'm trying to pick it up. Get one kill. Unfortunately, get insta-traded there. Got absolutely deleted. And yeah, I'm trying to play through this hill to get to the new hill, just like so. Now, naturally, what I'd normally do is push around the left-hand side of the hill here, but it was quite difficult to do so. But you'll probably see me doing it here a little bit later. We catch a guy sat on the absolute god-heady back crate and decide to see if I can nade him. I do have support from a teammate on my right, so I'm just trying to see if I can get damage out. And my thought is, if we both get damage out, hopefully we can end this player's little streak they've got going here. I managed to, peek them going over to the pillars there, get the kill, and now making it a little bit difficult for them. I noticed that the teammates just died from a play on the left-hand side here. Somehow my team has literally just spawned behind them. Now, the reason that would be is because the enemy team would have been blocking all external spawns outside of this hill, so there would have been nowhere to spawn in the back for my teammate. We spawn back in, pretty much leveling up the playing field now. It's about 60 to 60 points, and yeah, we're just trying to get a rotation through to P4. Now, my favourite route to P4, coming off of a successful P3, is to get deep left. Now, in deep left, there you can see anyone from the enemy team cross from spawn into the hill itself. But I also like to get a little bit of a different perspective from top third. From top third, you can, chal anyone holding the spawn deep in tarp. You can chal anyone, potentially sat on the hill. But yeah, we get caught. We stayed on there a little bit, wait for some team support after jumping down, but I just don't seem to get much. Moving on to P5 now. We've established decent control. I did go on a little bit of a death spree, so I've one or two death sprees, so I did cut it out because you guys don't want to see that's a bit boring. But we managed to get to top snow. This absolute godheady proves to work very well. I get a few kills here, and all I'm trying to do here is watch red dots. I notice there's a teammate died behind me. Get the trade, and from here I'm not really peeking anything other than the left. As soon as I do try and move a little bit right to pick anyone up coming through maze, I do get picked off. But that nice little god spot there is a real nice heady to establish control of that whole middle lane of the map. As long as the teammate on the hill stays down, you can pretty much watch the entire cross. Now I'm trying to get a decent amount of time here, throwing my nades, throwing my stuns, get my utility out just to deter their push somewhat. And that's 3 down. My teammates have absolutely gone huge. The last guy on the enemy team left standing is the player top snow. So I'm sort of waiting for them to overchow here, waiting for them to peek a little bit. I noticed my teammate spawned right, and as a result, the enemy team should be coming through tunnel. Unfortunately, do not successfully get that last kill. They managed to sleep away a little bit. But having just spawned maze, I'm fully aware the enemy team are either going to be spawning, well, they're going to be spawning the other side of tunnel. So the chances are they're going to be coming from either through tunnel or through the right-hand side of the map. I noticed I get shot from top snow. I decided to, try and piece up a little bit here. Managed to get one kill. Office jumps out, and this guy stops shooting me, and I trade my own weak. And then, the spawns don't really change. They're going to keep spawning back tunnel, so I'm trying to play the cut-off. Essentially, I'm trying to position myself between where they're spawning and where they need to be in order to just get some free kills. I get 1 or 2 and establish that I pushed a little bit too far out, and unfortunately they have spawned behind us. Obviously, that's the risk of pushing like that as a solo player, because you can't communicate to your team that someone will go and block while I push out. But unfortunately, well, fortunately, should I say, managed to maintain this streak and maintain hill time because my teammates have just gone absolutely huge. I'm sort of played this little creddy off angle here. From here I can see their entry into the hill every way possible. The guy in window plays for me, which is a fairly good play there because he wouldn't have been able to get into the hill without me dying. But my teammate does a decent job to stay alive, get the trades, and maintain hill time here. Now, I learned my lesson from before, pushing around this left-hand side. I don't want to be challenged from a guy in that crate because the heady is disgusting. So I decided to take a little bit of a water route here, which probably, or should be, a little bit more unexpected. Now, I do have a cruise missile in my back pocket, so in my head, I'm going, if I can, stay alive back here, get the cruise in, I should be able to, get people, get some free kills from behind. So that's what we try and do. You notice there's 2 people in tunnel, 1 person back spawn. I unfortunately missed the person back spawn and then get awful timing when I pop out the water. Fortunately enough, however, we did, do enough to maintain some sort of control of the area. We did get a white, and calling the streaking meant that they had to run in the tunnel from their time. So they didn't get as much heal time as they would have if I'd have, zoomed the streak in straight away. So the streak benefited us, maybe not to the extent I wanted to. Anyway, moving on to P4 here. We've got a decent amount of control with the teammates already on the hill, so I'm decided to, cut the map again. This is the biggest thing on sub base. There's a whole open area of the map down the middle. If you can somehow get anywhere watching that cross, you can benefit your team immensely, being that player cutting off from their spawn to the hill itself. Now, having spawned where I just have, I know the enemy team are spawning back sub base, so I'm trying to play a little bit of a creddy angle. Personally, I've never played this before, and I thought I could see some of the hill, but unfortunately I was wrong, and as a result I have to then hop out of the water, get on time with absolutely zero info, but do eventually fall. So that water play is pretty crap. I won't be doing it again, and I recommend anyone else to not do that. Moving on to P5, again this was a strong hill for us last hill. Let's see if we can maintain just the same amount of hill time as we did before. Managed to get the first kill on the, trying to help my teammate a little bit there. Trying to finesse my life just a little bit here. He thinks I've gone under. We both run out of ammo. We both shoot absolute breeze. Get the first kill. Try and finesse the last guy. Get a burst in him, but it's not quite enough. Moving on to P1, we've sort of given up that 15-20 seconds of scrap. Essentially on sub base, so I tell this to all the people I play with. If you've spawned in and there's less than 30 seconds or about 30 seconds left on the hill, go to new. You may as well. It's such a rotation heavy map. You really need the rows in to be perfect on this hill, on this map, sorry. So right now I'm just trying to play my life. I'm trying to obtain spawns for my teammates to spawn behind me to get decent spawns for P2. I noticed that a teammate's literally just spawned back there, or at least they're back there, which means the enemy team are going to be, again, spawning the other side of tunnel. So either going to be running through tunnel, left to comms, or right through warehouse. Now, it's where you need to use your brain a little bit here and go, okay, which way are they going to push here? So in my head, they have to challenge this new hill, this current hill. So I'm not completely allowing myself to go to warehouse and play the cuts. However, I know that some of them will be trying to play P2, which is why I managed to read that guy just there. Now, I fully am aware they're going to be spawning the other side of this warehouse, the outside of tunnel. As a result, I'm literally kill whoring at this point. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. But whilst you've got someone blocking top third, or being top third, you can pretty much tell that as long as you want, they will always spawn back tunnel. So that'll do it for me. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. I think it's, sorry mate, I was on mute. I think it was the finishing move or some shit. No idea.
Hey, you that kid off YouTube, that Harrz kid?
Might be. GG fellas.